So let's go into it. So the first house deals with your identity. So this is pretty much the rising sign, is considered the ascendant. And especially the face that you project into the world, the way that other people perceive you, and the basically the energy you carry into this month. You're showing up here as the Justice card, which is a major arcana card. It basically denotes a being in a very, very balanced frame of mind, emotionally, mentally, and even physically. So I do feel that, you know, a lot of you are going into this month wanting to get a little bit more balance, either with your weight, wanting to structure your routine, having like a to-do list, or even having like a little bit more of a, I guess like streamline schedule when it comes to work and when it comes to your personal life. So I do feel that you are decluttering out your space. You're getting yourself more organized. You're becoming a lot more productive. And I feel that some of you might be thinking about slimming down or, you know, shaping up when it comes to your exercise routine. This is a very, very good card, and it's representative of the card of Libra. And Libra deals with, it deals with balance. It deals with like seeing things from other people's point of view, rather than rushing in and arguing on moral grounds. It's really important for you to become very diplomatic. And I feel that the energy that you're bringing into this year is that you are a lot more cooperative. You are a lot more tolerant of other people. And you're a lot more like, I want to say balanced when it comes to forming assessments of, as it pertains to how you feel about a specific thing or how you feel about a specific person. This is a card about partnership as well. Libra also rules partnerships, and it deals basically with learning to compromise with another person and trying to smooth over frictions and problems in our relationship. So I do feel that you're heading into January willing to, you know, get your hands dirty in order to solve problems as it pertains to smoothing out, you know, wrinkles in relationships or smoothing out problems in your environment. I do feel a lot of people are coming to you for advice, and I do sense a lot of people are coming to you in order to get your perspective, so that they're not, because you have very, very biased and truthful advice or even perspective to give them. Okay. So this is a very positive energy that you're bringing to the table coming into this year and this month. The second house deals with your finances and your values, and you have a really good card. So this is the Queen of Pentacles. This is basically, I feel money is going to be flowing in very nicely this month. And I feel that, you have done a lot of work on yourself when it comes to budgeting, when it comes to like sitting down and deciding, you know, which items I can absolutely do without and where my money is going. So I do feel for a lot of you, you are regaining control over your financial situation. A lot of you might have started saving. A lot of you might have like, you know, have investment opportunities as well, mutual funds and things like that, or even like investing in stocks, investing in real estate as well. So this is a card that indicates somebody who is financially very savvy. They spend things on items that are necessary rather than spending frivolously. This is also somebody who's very financially sound. They know how to make their money work for them, and they know how to make money with their hands. They're not afraid to get their hands dirty, and they're willing to do whatever it takes in order to secure financial resources. So this is a positive card. I feel like a lot of you might be spending money either beautifying your home, doing some type of remodeling, or buying, you know, nice pieces of furniture, artwork, and things like that for your home environment. Okay. This is also a card as it pertains to values. This is somebody that no matter what happens around him or her, they hang on very, very tightly to their values. So I just finished the Pisces reading, and I mentioned with Pisces that they are heavily influenced by the people around them. This is like the opposite of that. And it basically denotes being in a situation where you know who you are. You don't need to prove yourself to other people. And you take what people say with a grain of salt, even if you don't agree with them. You will listen to their side of the story and make your own internal judgment. So I feel like you're a very, very self-assured And I almost want to say that you are not in the mood to compromise any parts of yourself or any parts of your own values in order to achieve a specific end. So I feel like this is a very positive card that indicates, somebody who is really sure of themselves and they know where they stand. Even if they're surrounded by, bad influences, bad people, unscrupulous behavior, they still can hold their own in the face of opposition, okay? So very, very good card for money and values. The third house deals with your communication, and it deals with siblings as well. So let me just talk about siblings because I feel like that came in first. What we have here is the Page of Swords, and the Page of Swords is somebody that you're dealing with in that siblings department. This is usually an air sign, an Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra, a younger person, or a person who is having trouble finding information, who is having trouble knowing what's like understanding, processing, and knowing what's happening around them. So I feel like you're dealing with somebody who is a little bit younger, who is in your home environment as well. And I feel like a lot of upheaval is happening in their lives. Like there's a lot of stability and they're not really sure where to turn. So sometime for this month, you are going to have to help this person, provide mentorship, provide guidance for this person. And you're going to be able to help them explain and make sense of all the turmoil that's going on in their lives. And I feel like a lot of it can be because of their own behavior. Like they're creating a little bit of drama, a little bit, kicking up a little bit of a chaotic energy in their midst. But I feel like it's happening to them. And they're relying on you somehow to, help them make sense of it, sort it out. Because I feel like they're not able to retrieve or reach out for or arrive at the insights necessary to make sense of it. And I do feel with this person, they're very internally focused. So they might blame themselves for something that happened in their environment and they can't process it. They can't make sense of it. So I feel like you're going to be called upon to help this person in whatever capacity they're coming through. And I feel like it's somebody a little bit younger than you in your home environment. As it pertains to communication, when this card shows up in the reverse, it's basically telling you that know all the facts before you jump to conclusion. Be very careful about the information that you tell other people. Make sure that you know where what your sources are. Make sure that you have legitimate sources and examples to back up your claims, okay? I don't feel that you are going to be in a position where you are, shooting off the hips or just saying things recklessly, mainly because this is the energy you're bringing to the table. And I feel like you're being crafty, you're being careful, and you're being very, very cautious about the things that you say and the claims that you make overall. So this is a good energy. However, as it pertains to communication, this is often like, rather than, telling somebody the truth where you feel like it might hurt them, I feel that you're holding back and you're being extra cautious about what you say. A lot of the times you want to be careful with this when it's in the reverse. It's sort of like distorting the truth, hiding the truth, or lying by omission as well. So just be careful about this energy. As it relates to your fourth house of family and the family that you grew up with and the family that you're hoping to create for yourself, and also the mother figure, we do have the Emperor in the reverse position. I feel for some of you, there might be issues coming through with mothers, I feel like a small minority, but I feel that it is affecting how you operate, I guess, for this month. With the Emperor in the reverse position, it usually indicates to me a person who, they're supposed to be an adult, but sometimes they don't behave like one. They can be a little bit reckless, and sometimes it's really hard for them. Like they know the right thing to do. However, they have their own prejudices. They have their own agenda. So it's really hard for you to reason with them. And it's really hard. Like they're quite stubborn to the point where they won't listen to reason. They won't listen to logic, and they've got their minds all made up and they won't listen to anybody else. So in your family environment, you might be dealing with somebody like this, and you specifically might have a mother figure that is very, very strong will, very, that could be a little bit controlling, a little bit difficult to deal with. And she won't listen to logic and reason. Okay. I guess like in the positive manifestation of the Emperor, it is somebody who is very, very loving, very caring. But I feel that they have trouble expressing emotions. They have trouble expressing affection. So I feel like if you grew up in this type of an environment, you might, love is like assumed rather than felt, rather than given. So I feel like it's a cold, sterile environment that you grew up in as it pertains to a mother figure that might be of this disposition. When it comes to your family life, with the Emperor in the reverse position, it's basically feeling almost kind of like, it's like rather than taking control of a situation, you're waiting for fate to kick in. And you're waiting for, information to come to light. You're dragging your feet. You're not making a major decision about something with your family life. You might be living with another person, for example, and you're in a relationship with, and you're just like, let's see how it goes, rather than being decisive, being proactive about pushing the relationship in a specific direction, or even pushing the partner or whoever you're living with to do something that you feel would be beneficial for both parties, for the environment and for the whole household. So there is an energy here of, I guess, coming in for this month, passivity. And this is really interesting because I don't usually see this for Aries, but I feel like a little bit more of a passive energy for you guys for this month. And I feel that you are being a little bit more, a lot more diplomatic and a lot more like taking a wait and see attitude, because you feel almost as if your energy is focused on work. You feel as if you need more information in order to make some really important decision when it comes to, your family unit. Okay. And I feel with the Emperor in the reverse is also somebody who wants, they want to create, they want a clan, they want to build an empire. So I feel for men and women alike, this is usually a card about, wanting to expand their territory, incorporating more land, more people, expanding a household, but not having the financial means to do that just yet. Or even, thinking about family planning, incorporating more people into your household environment, like wanting to have children, for example, or wanting to have grandchildren, but not being able to do that for whatever reason, okay? In terms of your fifth house, the fifth house deals with recreation. It deals with creativity. And it also deals with like how you entertain yourself overall. So as it pertains to like going out, having fun, doing creative things, be careful. I feel like moderation is the key here. Whenever I see this card, this is a Temperance card. It's the major arcana card, and it represents moderation. It represents self-control and self-mastery. And as it pertains to like how you find enjoyment out of life, the things that you do in order to invoke that sense of personal gratification, just be very, very careful that you are, just make sure you are balanced. So for example, not drinking excessively, and hanging out with people that add value to your life, spending time with those people that matter to you rather than scattering your energy. I do see this as like staying up very, very late in the night, going out very late, and having the majority of the next day pretty much used up. Okay, so just be careful about that. I do sense for some of you, this is we're also talking about creativity, and the creative energy that comes through from the Temperance card is, I feel like, linked up here with the Justice card, is cultivating, whenever you meet new people, for example, it's sort of like we make judgments. There are always like certain things that we love or certain things that we dislike about a specific person. This is a card about cultivating and, dwelling on the positive things. So cultivating, the good qualities that you really admire in the other person and dwelling on that rather than focusing on the negative aspects. Because with the Temperance card, it indicates some type of a higher calling. It indicates some type of a, I want to say like a spiritual healing as well when it comes to, the people that you associate with the people that you go out with, and the ways in which you are finding ways to enjoy yourself. So doing things in moderation. So I also want to say, I do feel a lot of health things associated with this entire spread. So cutting back on finding healthy ways to enjoy yourself, so rather than going out drinking, as it might affect your health, it might affect your ability to go through work the next day, and it might even affect your ability to really, be productive with your time the next day. Finding creative ways to entertain yourselves that might not be detrimental to your health, or might not be detrimental to your wallet. So I do feel a lot of you are thinking about, doing like more physical activity, which is great. Hiking, jogging, doing things outdoors as well. Waking up earlier, sleeping a little bit earlier, trying to get either your hormonal cycle in order, or some type of like getting your biorhythm in order as well. So it looks very good with this card. I feel like you're in the beginning stages of it. Okay. The next card here is the 6th house, and it's the 4 of Wands. The 6th house rules your work, your health, and your daily activities, like your daily routine. We have the 4 of Wands, and the 4 of Wands basically means that the work environment itself, it's very, very, very stable. Wherever you are working right now, the work environment seems stable. So I don't feel that a lot of you are shifting location, and because there's stability in the work environment, you're able to focus on making money. So I do feel that, the cards are reinforcing one another. As it deals with your daily routine, I feel a lot of you are staying put more, like staying indoors and doing things around the house, possibly rearranging furniture, spring cleaning as well, and, taking care of little things here and there around the house. As it relates to your health, with the 4 of Wands, this is like a lot of blessings coming through when it comes to health. I do see a lot of you are eating more greens, like taking better care of your health and being cautious about what you ingest and what you consume. And I feel like consumption on a spiritual level too. You're mindful about what you watch. You're mindful about what you read. You're mindful about the type of fiction, nonfiction books that you consume. So I feel in all manner, there is this, I feel like cleansing, purging process when it comes to your overall health and your overall routine. Okay, so very, very positive card. In terms of your relationships, this rules the 7th house of relationships in love and in business partnerships as well. We have the World. This is a very, very positive card that indicates to you that your world is opening up. Opportunities are coming in abundantly. And this, as a person, usually indicates to me coming into contact with people who are very, very different from you, either culturally, ethnically. They might not hail from the same area that you're from. And it also indicates travel and meeting new romantic prospects, okay? Or even traveling with a romantic partner. So there's an element here of love and travel going hand in hand. With the World, in terms of like work partnerships and things like that, it basically means as well good luck coming through from overseas. And I also feel that it pertains to having long distance relationships as well, like where you are geographically separated from another person. What I'm also feeling with this card here when it comes to your love and romance sector, and I'm going to do your love reading in a little bit, so we're gonna narrow down this energy. A lot of the times I feel that, well, in this specific situation, I feel that a lot of you have let go of some very, very long-standing established relationships. You might have been in a relationship with somebody for many, many years, and it's done, it's over with. And January is when, it starts to click for you, where you realize that it's done and over with. The cycle is complete and you need to move on. And I feel that a lot of you is still longing for something from that past. It's not good for you. And that, you deserve more. And I feel that you have physically moved on. Emotionally, you have moved on. But there is always that lingering, missing somebody and thinking about somebody. But I feel that you know that you're in a better space right now. So overall, it's a very, very good card. It's indicative of, having a lot of options. So they're saying to keep an open mind, okay? Be open-minded about the types of partner that are coming into the fold for you. The next card here is the 8th house, which rules joint finances. We do have the Hermit. And the Hermit is what I call the card of investigation, looking into, digging up information. So I feel some of you are either doing this to see whether or not somebody is being truthful about how much they make. Some of you are digging up information as it pertains to a person that you have joint finances with. I feel stealthy operation, doing something very covertly and doing something like without the other person finding out. So I do sense, I don't feel this is a sneaky energy. This is more, it's a major arcana card. So it's basically using your smarts, using your intuition to know that something is not right and to look further into a specific person who you are financially linked up with for whatever reason. The Hermit in the upright position, it's basically uncovering information that is going to really help you. Okay, so this is a very good card. The 8th house also deals with, sex, regeneration, and all of that. I'm not going to go too in depth into that because I want this to be a little bit more, directed towards the tarot rather than astrology.